Hello, everyone. Happy New Year. I'm your host, Laura, and I'm very excited. This is my first broadcast of the year, and we are in season 2, and I'm so excited. I have a lot of really cool things planned for this upcoming year, and so I thought I'd kind of give you a little bit of an overview of what's going to be happening in the upcoming months. Well, first of all, I will be completing my degree at the end of February. It only took me 38 years to finish college, but I did it. And I'm very, very proud of myself for that. It's been a personal goal to finish my degree for a couple of decades. So I have that coming up. I'm also working on a couple of business things because we all like to have a little extra income. I would really like to go to Aruba this year for vacation. I was there about 5 or 6 years ago and absolutely loved it. I've also been to Belize, oh gosh, 20 years ago now almost. And Belize was just beautiful. I would really like to start traveling again. And honestly, I don't care if there's coronavirus going on. I want to enjoy my life, and I'm not going to let fear control me anymore. I have lived a lot of my life in fear, and I'm just not going to do it anymore. I'm going to enjoy things. So, I am working on a couple of things. I am writing an ebook. I'm writing a book, you guys. Can you believe it? I'm not exactly sure how it's going to turn out, but hey, don't know unless you try, right? And another thing that that I want to do is, it's the beginning of the year, and we always make New Year's resolutions, right? We want to, lose weight, quit smoking, eat healthier, exercise more, spend less money, save money. Those are the only ones I can think of off the top of my head. For me personally, I've been trying to lose 20 pounds for 20 years. I've given up. I've absolutely given up trying to lose weight. I like myself the way I am, and I'm squishy. That's just the way it is. I mean, I'm not, horribly overweight, and I'm overweight, but I'm not like, 100 pounds overweight, but I'm still overweight. And, but I've decided that I'm very bad at sticking with a commitment for like 30 days. When you do a diet, it's a 14-day diet, it's a 30-day diet. Well, I'm terrible at diets. Absolutely awful. Awful, awful, awful. I can diet for a week, and then, because I didn't see the weight all melt off, I get frustrated and go, forget this, I'm going to eat my ice cream. Or, whatever my favorite comfort food is at the time. My favorite comfort food is pasta and cream sauce. Oh my goodness. Oh, I just love it. I just love pasta and cream sauce. Anyway, I don't eat it very often because I know if I eat it, I can't stop. It's one of those foods. I mean, we all have one of those foods, right? Where it's just like, okay, I don't care. I'm just going to eat it. And so I'm going to try to come up with this system where instead of trying to commit to something for 30 days, I'm going to commit to something for 7 days. And I started doing this on Sunday. I have committed to moving for 30 minutes, not cardio, just not sitting in a chair, not sitting on the couch or watching TV, but moving. When I get up to do something in the kitchen and I have to wait for food to cook or whatever, I'll like lift my knees up, one after the other, up and down, kind of like high marching in place. Or if I have to go downstairs for something, I'll go up and down the stairs a couple of times. If I'm talking to somebody on the phone, instead of just sitting down and talking, I'll walk around. I'll kind of pace back and forth a little bit. I'm trying to get myself used to being in motion all the time, because when I'm in motion, I know my body's working a little bit. I could be burning a few extra calories. And, it's the baby steps, one thing at a time. So I can commit to doing that for 7 days. And then at the end of 7 days, I'll see how I feel and I'll commit to doing it for another 7 days, except maybe I'll tack 5 minutes onto it, Slowly increase. Just slowly increase. I'm old. Well, okay, I'm not that old, but, I lead a very sedentary life. I have a full-time job, so I'm sitting in front of the computer for 8 hours. I'm in school. I'm in front of the computer again. I'm probably in front of a computer anywhere between 10 to 14 hours a day. So I need to move around. And so I'm just taking it one day at a time. And I know eventually I'll get there because I'm creating my system. Another system I have is my morning routine. When I get up in the morning, before I even get out of bed, I pray for about 5 minutes. I thank God that He allowed me to wake up. I thank God I woke up in my bed. I have a roof over my head. I have hot running water and indoor plumbing and food in my refrigerator. I know that sounds kind of weird, but let me tell you something. I have had moments in my life where I didn't have food in the refrigerator. And I had kids to feed. I didn't have running water. I didn't have a roof over my head. And those are very scary moments. I am very grateful for the little things in life, because you don't realize how much you depend on them and how much you need them until they are not there anymore. So when I wake up in the morning, I take about 5 minutes and I thank God. I thank God I woke up. I ask God to be with me as I go throughout my day. I ask Him to be with me. And, because with the kind of job I have, it's very stressful and it's very easy to get frustrated and annoyed. Oh, so annoyed. And I really need God to be with me on that one, so I don't say or do something that could get me fired, because that would be bad. And then, I get up and I make my bed. I make my bed every day. And it's so funny because I remember I started doing this a couple of years ago. I was talking to somebody at work. I don't remember what we were talking about. But he asked me, "Do you make your bed every day?" And I'm like, "No." And he goes, "Okay, that tells me everything I need to know about you." I had no idea what to make of that. And I still don't. I don't know if that was a good thing or a bad thing. But it was enough to get me thinking. So, and I know for some of you, you're like, making your bed's like, duh. Well, for me, I never made my bed in the morning. I would get out of bed and just go do my thing. But funny, when I would go to bed, I'd straighten out the covers and then I'd crawl into bed. I don't know. I can't tell you why I do the things I do. But when he said that, it just got me thinking, because I didn't know if that was good or bad. And I thought, well, what does it mean if you don't make your bed every day? I mean, how does that compute? And so I started making my bed. When I'd get up, I'd fluff the covers up. I'd pull the covers up, fluff the pillows a little bit. I have a couple of throw pillows and throw them on there and go about my day. And I'm now to the point where as soon as my feet hit the floor, I don't even think about it. I'm making the bed. I know 2 or 3 weeks ago, I was doing something. And I think my dad had called me, and it was early in the morning, and on the phone and I'm talking to my dad. And as I get up, I make the bed. And it was when I was almost done when I realized I'm making the bed. I didn't even think about it. It was like just a, almost like an automatic response. So I make my bed every day because for me now, I feel like at least I got one thing done. That is one thing that is neat and orderly in my house. Because we all have that room, that closet, that drawer, that cabinet where we really don't want to open it because everything in there might fall out. But at least my bed is neat and orderly. So it's one thing. And this year I want to start taking that neat and orderly bed and making, as silly as this sounds, my drawers neat and orderly. That everything's in a place. My closets get organized. No, I'm not going to do the thing where if you hold it, does it make me feel happy? Do I need it? Should I throw it away? Do I donate it? My thought process is if I haven't worn it in the last 2 years, I don't need it. Pitch it. Donate it. Is it really old? Now, there are a few items I have that I'm emotionally attached to. I may have to give those up. I have a pair of jeans that I paid $80 for 15 years ago. I haven't worn them in over 10 years, but I don't want to get rid of them because I might lose the weight someday. I need to just donate them. Need to declutter. But it's all a process, and I'm working on these systems of mine. And as I get them developed, I'm going to share them with you because I think it's important to have a system. I think it's important that, there's some order because life is so chaotic. And I'm not saying be obsessive about it. I'm not saying, you have to have every single minute of every single day accounted for. But for those of you that are like me, where everything's just kind of a little chaotic, it's a little organized, but more chaotic than organized, I think this is something that can help. I mean, I'm going to at least try it for me. And hopefully if it works for me, it'll work for anybody because I am probably the laziest person on this planet. I have the attitude of, I'll do it later. I'll get to it tomorrow. There's always tomorrow. I can do it tomorrow. Well, I need to start doing that today, not tomorrow, today. It's a process. I'm working on my processes. I'm working on my systems. So I will be sharing those with you. And I just wanted to say Happy New Year. And we have this great journey that we're going to go on together this year. And I appreciate you spending a little bit of time with me today. And God bless you all. And just remember, Fueled by Coffee and Grace is not just the name of my podcast. It is a way of life. So until next time, take care.